Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Robin Yap, and we are here with Christine Leong from TD Bank. Christine,
Mhm.
tell everybody what your new role is and what you're doing and all the fun stuff you're doing.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Christine Leong. I'm currently a design manager at TD. I lead a team of fabulous, smart, wonderful team of instructional designers all across Canada, and sometimes we've got folks over in the States as well. My team is currently the enterprise design and digital learning experience. And yeah, we're essentially a center of excellence, COE. And so all sorts of projects from TD flow into our wonderful group, and then we decide how best to support these business initiatives and provide the learning solutions for them.
That is very busy.
Yes. It's a lot of work to do. No
Well,
shortage,
thank you
but
for
it's
taking a bit
wonderful.
of time to chat with us.
Absolutely.
Let's dive into it. I know there's a lot of data going on
Mhm.
when it comes to working with projects. So, why is data-driven decision making very important in training and development?
Yeah, I've been in this field for almost 20 years now, and there's no shortage of data. And data is so important to drive how we make decisions, be it a corporate environment or K to 12, whatever you name it, because it helps inform what our our training solution could be. Essentially, it's how we measure our success, right? So have we did we hit or did we miss the mark altogether? So what that means is that using data, it helps us define learner-centric KPIs. And from there, we can make informed decisions on impactful and effective learning solutions that are learner-centric. And eventually, this information will drive business outcomes and evaluate how well we've done against business performance results.
That's amazing. Now, are there any empirical evidence you can share? No NDA related stuff, but just
Of course.
kind of the basic things just to kind of make it real for our audience, right?
Yeah, absolutely. In my entire course of career, I've come across many projects, but I focus quite a bit on contact center type of environment. So in this environment, we usually deal with information or data like NPS, Net Promoter Score, or things like, AHT, average handle time. So when you look at how we want to create a learning experience for our contact center agents, we want to see how can we make a difference on the NPS or AHT, right? Imagine if you're calling into the contact center. I'm sure you feel frustrated if you have to wait on the line for more than I don't know how many seconds. So essentially, that is a very real example of how data-driven decision making can improve a customer experience in an organization. So, if you're asking for empirical evidence, let's just say we want to improve the NPS by X basis point, then we have to drill down into what's causing the gap, our where we want to be and where we are today. And then we drill a little further down to identify what are the performance objectives and then crafting the learning objectives, which will essentially form the training plan that directly impacts this goal.
That's amazing. And thank you for that example. Now, is there a specific type of data that we always need in training and development for ensuring that we can make the right decisions in building those content for them?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are all kinds of data, but normally we look at both quantitative and qualitative data. As you build the learning roadmap, you want to make sure that you're not only looking at how good they're scoring on their knowledge checks and everything, but I think it's equally important that we spend time to understand where the pain points are for our learners, be it if they're new to the organization or if they're actually tenured, right? So we need to drill a little further down to understand the qualitative information or rather data that can help us, pivot and change an existing learning program, for example, or to build an entirely new learning experience. This day and age, something that's very close and personal to you, Dr. Yap, is AI, right? So a lot of the organizations are already employing AI or generative AI information in a contact center environment. Um, so we have to understand what is the demographic of our current learner population to see how can we best, integrate something that is so new and exciting like AI, and then build that learning roadmap for them.
Yeah, I can see that that would be one of the more challenging opportunities for organizations to kind of grapple with this idea of AI and how does that actually fit into our work as instructional
Mhm.
designers, right? So, how do you envision the future of this data-driven decision making in training and
Um,
development?
Yeah, I mean, this day and age, there's no shortage of new frontiers. For example, in the area of UX, in the area of agile, what I love most about instructional design is that there's so many intersectionality when it comes to all these exciting things that's coming out that impacts more than instructional design. Rather, the way I see is that you can apply instructional design to improve how we introduce things like UX or agile in an organization. What I mean by that is, especially in the experience of instructional design, we love to say that perhaps this is a very waterfall approach. Now, how do we pivot and reimagine this whole instructional design approach to be more agile? So that means, we may not have all the information up front. We may not have all the data, right, that we need up front. Does that mean that we do not start the work now? I don't think so. I think the whole point of living and breathing the agile mindset is so that we're constantly evaluating, we're constantly leveraging data to help us, embody the whole spirit of continuous improvement. And that's the beauty of it. I think, gone are the days whereby we create one learning solution or let's just say, a learning roadmap, and then it sits on the shelf for years and years and years, and then we never update it. But if you are able to, shift that mindset and, apply agile mindset and way of working, now our learning solutions, our learning experience will be a lot more fresh and relevant to the workforce. So what that means is that, let's just say going back to the contact center example, let's just say you're hiring people every few months. And I'm not saying that we change their entire learning program altogether every few months, but perhaps there are pieces of this learning experience that we constantly will need to monitor to see, do we need to pivot and change? Maybe because we're integrating new technologies, AI, for example. How do we switch up this one small piece of the entire learning experience so that we're able to make the learning experience so much more impactful and meaningful and relevant to the learners, and eventually, improving business performance. So that's where I see all this going. It's really a beautiful marriage of different fields coming together.
Yes, I love interdisciplinary
Mm-hmm.
experiences for our uh, employees. Now, one final question. Um,
Sure.
how do we prepare our students? So we're looking
Mm.
at it from the academic side. They're getting ready to the to go to the workforce. What would an additional thing that they would want to kind of learn on top of school that
Of
they would
course.
take on their own to get ready for you, for example, when you're hiring? What would you be looking for?
Yeah, wow, you're really taking me back. I was once a master's student in this field in instructional technology. And the reason I bring this up was because I jumped right into the program straight out of, getting my bachelor's degree. And I really felt that I was not ready. I did not have all of those business real life experience to bring to this degree at all. And a lot of my teammates um, in a program, they came with their MBAs or their engineers or whatever. They have all these wonderful work experiences that we could, use as part of our projects. And I ended up being a secretary most of the time. I just, wrote a lot of reports. So why I'm sharing this is because I feel that for those who are graduating from your program, Dr. Yap, is go out there and get the experience. You may not get paid for it, but I think, if you build those experiences, it's really going to take you a lot further in your journey in this field. And how you do that is by going to a lot of our events that are available in the city. For example, you and I sit on the board of Triple CE. I remember when I was in my master's program, I needed an internship, and I back then there was an organization called ISPI, and I put my hand up. I ran all of their events, and every single time we met, I put up my hands and said, "I need an internship. Please take me as an intern. You don't need to pay me." And that's where I built my network and gained all of the wonderful experiences that I have. So for your students, Dr. Ya, I would say go out there, really put yourself out there, put your hand up and say, let me just help you out, or maybe volunteer for it or an organization and apply the things that you have learned. And I think when you come to an interview with me, for example, you're able to share a lot of these real life experiences for us to assess your skill set.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for that tip. And thank you for taking the time again for chatting with us. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.